Good morning, Paragoners. How you all doing out there? So today I'm going to be doing a video telling you how to be a pro at jungling. Now jungling, fighting, that kind of stuff is my forte in the game. Absolutely love it, and I see a lot of people doing it very badly. Majority of this footage is going to be unedited, so you can see exactly what you need to be doing. Straight off the bat, you need to be picking up the red buff as soon as you get into game. Once you actually learn your character and you know exactly what skills to pick, you should be getting down here with at least 15 to 20 seconds to spare before the thing spawns. So you've actually got a bit of time to just ready yourself, get a bit of a glimpse around the map to see what's going on around it as well. Get this red buff though. Take down the little minions first, then go for the big minion. The little minions first because they are the damage dealers. The big minion is the tank as such, so it's going to take you a little bit longer to take that one down. And with two little minions smacking you pretty hard, it's going to more than likely end up with you dying, which is obviously not good. Get that red buff, so it's going to massively benefit you. By the time you've actually got the red buff, so you've killed all the minions, all the white minions will now have spawned as well. So depending on how badly hurt you are, I have to go back to base, regen, come back, start farming white minions. If you're not that badly hurt, so probably half health or more, start farming white minions. Just be aware of what's going on around you. And that is actually leading on straight into tip 2, is keeping an eye on the map, knowing what's going on around you, knowing where enemies are, knowing where your allies are as well. So it's going to eliminate any surprises for you. So hopefully you're not going to get flank attacked, you're not going to get back attacked, and you're not going to be going down and dying. Obviously dying is bad, you don't want to be doing that, especially this early in the game, because anyone that actually dies does give the entire enemy team an entire load of experience. Really beneficial, obviously right at the start of the game, so don't go dying if you really can help it. Leading on from this is rotating. Now rotating means moving around the map as fast as you can, going from one side of the map to the middle to the other side if you're needed to. If you see a tower actually being attacked like I did here, go for it. Don't sit back in the jungle just farming white minions. Go for it. Actually go and support your lane. That's another role of a jungler, is supporting the lanes, making sure the towers are always going to be up, making sure the laners are actually going to be getting some decent kills and some decent farming themselves. Once that tower's defended and you've killed off whoever or made them retreat, return to the jungle, continue in your farming. You need to be buffing and leveling up as quick as you can. As a jungler, if you're doing it right and you're killing stuff pretty quickly, you are, and you should be, leveling in terms of actual experience plus card power a lot quicker than any other laner. Generally, by the time people are about level 5, you want to be looking to be at least level 8 to 10. If you're doing jungling properly, you're going to be looking more 10 to 11, so that's where you need to be, and that's how you're going to actually benefit your team massively. Going into tip number 4, if you can, rotate around to the enemy side as well. So depending on if they've got any decent junglers, rotate around their side, take their white minions, take their red buff, take their blue buff, because people forget to actually do it. Use that to your advantage. Go around, make sure that you are taking their buffs, so it obviously gives you a bit more longer with a buff. It also takes away the buff from them, so it's not giving them the advantage. Tip number 5 is remember the black buff. A lot of people forget this. Even a decent jungler does usually forget this. Remember the black buff. It may not help you in terms of the actual buff to begin with right at the start of the game, because you're very unlikely to be attacking towers that early on. However, the experience and the car power the buff, the minions for the buff actually give you, is worth doing. Make sure you're doing it, because that is a buttload of experience and car power that isn't being claimed. Make sure you get it. They're nowhere near as, or they're just as difficult to kill as the red and blue buff minions. Make sure you're doing it to get the most experience in the quickest and shortest amount of time possible, and really going to benefit you in the long run. So moving on to the last tip for this video is set up harvesters and wards. Now this is my downfall as a jungler. I very rarely do this. However, a very good jungler is going to pick up a ward first off. So in the first 3 points, pick up a ward buff, pick up a ward and go and ward your areas of the jungle. You need this for jungle control. You want to be in control of the jungle. You don't want to be handing minions over to the enemy team. You don't want to be getting surprise attacked. You don't want your laners getting surprise attacked. To eliminate this, make sure you are putting wards down at places that the enemy are more than likely going to be running through, so you've got a good eye on them and you can keep up to date exactly with enemy movements. Harvesters as well. Pick up a key, go and lay down harvesters, and then make sure you collect the actual resources they're producing as well. A lot of people forget to do that part of it as a jungler. They don't give you a huge amount of card power. I think it's about 300 for a whole harvester. However, the good thing is it goes to all of your team, not just the person collecting it. So obviously, to actually start buffing up your team and getting them really powerful, you need to start doing harvesters, collecting that, make sure they're up and running, and then you can be getting a very solid and strong team right from the get-go. So those are the tips for to be a top jungler in Paragon. If you can think of any more, please leave a comment below. If I've missed any, obviously tell me as well. Don't think I have. I think I've covered majority. Look out for my other videos as well. I'm going to be putting out loads of Paragon videos on top tip stuff. I hope you've enjoyed it, and as always guys, I will catch you in the next one.